What is the most important thing you need to conquer a mountain? Is it the equipment? Is it your training? Is it the planning? Or is it favorable weather conditions? Last but not the least, is it luck? Well, the answer in this case is none of the above. You want to know the right answer? Keep watching this video. Hey folks, I am CSK, your personal coach, and welcome to my channel, CSK Speaks. Yes, I am going to answer that question, but before that, let's talk about Mount Everest itself. Mount Everest is the symbol of strength, symbol of human achievement on planet Earth. Standing at 29,000 feet, it is majestic, isn't it? And many people over the time have tried their hand at conquering Mount Everest. And when we talk of conquering Mount Everest, the one and only name which comes into our mind is Sir Edmund Hillary, and accompanied by Tenzing Norgay. Right? Now, look at Edmund Hillary. In fact, when I was doing some research on his story, I found this piece and I thought it is particularly relevant for you and me. And here it goes. So it seems that Edmund Hillary was making his attempt second time to conquer Mount Everest. But again, he failed due to the weather conditions. There was so little a window that he could not make it in time back to the base camp, and they had to abandon the plan. So they abandoned it and returned back to the base camp. But Edmund Hillary was not a happy man. He was frustrated to the core. As he was packing his rucksack and returning back home, he wanted to show his anger, and this is what he did. He comes out of his base camp, the tent, and he looks top at the peak of the Mount Everest, and there he yells, he screams his frustration out. And by screaming, he said, "I will come back. I will come back, for I will grow as I am a human, and you cannot grow because you are a mountain." And then he went back to his country. A legend goes away and says that he comes back, and the rest, as we know, is history, that Sir Edmund Hillary conquered Mount Everest. Well, let's back off. Let's back off a bit. Look at those two statements. I will come back, for I will grow as I am a human, and you can't grow because you are a mountain. That's a statement which can remind each one of us that there is unlimited potential in each one of us. The truth is, we all, you and I, can grow and will grow. That's the eternal truth of this nature. So friends, we all have a mountain to conquer. We all have our own goals, and we all have that potential which is waiting to be unleashed. And this video is a reminder to say that each one of us can achieve much, much more than we normally can imagine. But is that it? Is that all? Or is there more to this? Of course, there is a little more to this. And when you talk of achievement, when you talk of success, the one word which crosses your mind is leadership. Who is a leader? Leadership is definitely not a person, a position, or power. Leadership is not about leading a team or leading a company or leading a country. Leadership is you and me. A true leader is nothing different than you and me. There is a leader in each one of us. You may be leading a team, you may be leading a company, you may be leading a country. That's okay. But the one thing which is common to both of us is we all lead our lives. And that's why there is a leader in each one of us. And the quality of our life, the life we lead, depends on its leader. That is, depends on you and depends on me. So in this very context, we got to understand leadership. Now, before I started this video, I asked you this question. What is the most important thing you need to conquer a mountain or to climb a mountain? And I gave you a lot of options: equipment, training, planning, favorable weather conditions, or luck. And I said it's none of the above. Why did I say that? Because the most important thing which is required to climb a mountain is the mountain itself. Think about it. It is pretty obvious, but we miss the obvious oftentimes. So, in our lives, when I say that you are a leader because you are leading a life, what is the most important thing which is required for all of us to become leaders? Is you need a goal. Like how you need a mountain to climb a mountain, you need a goal. And many leaders who come before us, many people who have accomplished greater heights in their lives, be it entrepreneurship, business, social sector, education, healthcare, artists, or even sportsmen have realized that, and that's why they keep moving their post. They keep chasing goals. So all of us have to have our mountains, and we can achieve them. We can conquer them. Now, the point here is not just about fixing anything on any mountain or fixing any goal. We can look back at the story of Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay and take some valuable lessons. The first thing, which already is obvious, is we all need a goal, like how Edmund Hillary said, I will conquer Mount Everest. The second thing you need when you're leading a life and trying to become a leader and achieving your goal is you are never good enough. Your awareness that I am not good enough, I don't have it all, but I have something which is so dear to me, and that is perseverance. Going back to Edmund Hillary's story, he did not make it the first time, but he came back. Not just that, he was not very good at grades when he was studying as a student. He was not the fittest available on planet Earth to go and conquer Mount Everest. He had bad luck. He failed more than once, but his perseverance took him on top of Mount Everest. So, you're never good enough, but your perseverance is just good enough. Third, you cannot do it alone. In fact, legend goes like this, that when Tenzing Norgay, Sherpa Tenzing Norgay went on top, it was Edmund Hillary who clicked the picture, but even today, you don't have a single picture of Edmund Hillary on top of Mount Everest. Every time when people asked Edmund Hillary, he only used the word, we did it, we did it, we did it, to signify teamwork. So anything worthwhile in life cannot be achieved alone. You got to fix a goal, but you got to also be cognizant of the fact that you get help from people from unknown quarters, and you got to acknowledge that. So we got to work together. In fact, legend also covers the fact that it was Tenzing Norgay who actually told to the press that it was not him who made it first, it was Edmund Hillary, and that's how the world knows that he was the first man to step on Mount Everest. Now, the fourth important thing is you got to be sure that means are always more important than the end. Why do I say this? There are several expeditions on the very Mount Everest which has given us these points where some people started off as 20, 25, 30, but only 5, 7, 9 of them made it to the top. What happened? The rest of them lost on their way. And because of that contingent was not a successful contingent, because when they started as 20 and only 9 of them made it, it is no success because they did not go together. You cannot sacrifice your team members on the altar of accomplishment. So what this says is Edmund Hillary was very clear that every time I do it together. The most important thing, which is the fifth point, is about keeping on chasing goals. I said it at the beginning, we all have to have goals, but what Edmund Hillary has taught us is chase your goals and keep changing your goal post once you have done it. For example, he just did not stop after accomplishing Mount Everest. He also continued to conquer South Pole. He went on and conquered 10 other peaks in the Himalayan range. Not just that, 30 years later, 30 long years later, he flew a twin-engine aircraft to the North Pole. Now that's the beauty of keeping a goal and chasing your goals. Last but not the least is your life can be referred to a leader's life only when you make a difference. And what I mean by making a difference is look at Edmund Hillary's life. He just did not kept himself busy in chasing goals and accomplishing mountains. He also built a lot of schools, hospitals, and he established the famous Himalayan Trust to give back to the society. So as a leader, as we lead our lives, we got to take care of all these things and keep going forward. So one thing which is very evident here is having a goal. And then what we do in the process of accomplishing the goal becomes extremely, extremely important to our lives. So friends, if I am telling you this from my research, if I am sharing or unraveling the life of Edmund Hillary in front of all of you, there is a reason, there is a purpose. Remember, leadership is not about a position or a power or a person. Leadership is all about leading your life well. So you may be in your 20s, you may be in your 30s, you may be in your mid-career, you may be an entrepreneur, you may be a teacher, you may be a homemaker, you may be a father, you may be a mother, you may be anyone. But the one thing which is very important is you are a leader. And as a leader, just go back and contemplate on these lessons from Edmund Hillary. The reason I am bringing these lessons is these are time-tested lessons from people's life who are real, who walk this planet Earth like you and me. So when we look at the lives of people who were here before us and who made it, I think that's where the secret is lying. And if we can gather them and adopt them in our lives, we will definitely make a mark with this particular life. So thank you very much for spending this time this morning with me, and have a great rest of the day. But remember, each one of us are leaders. We got to lead our life, and the quality of our life depends on the way we lead our life. Thank you for watching and joining me on CSK Speaks. Do like and share these videos with your friends and families.